So while you were telling me about the process, I also have noticed that L&T, being the construction company, they have done that with few developers, where they have seen the developer, if the project needs to be finished in a 1 or 2 years, they tell the developer, we'll finish the project. We are the construction company, will finish in 2 years. You just have to make sure the day we finish in 2 years, उससे पहले आप हमारा payment कर देना. If you don't, I have the right over the building to sell the unit according to myself. That is a security given or taken by them. What kind of security do you take from these developers whom you're telling ki, okay, I'm changing all of these vendors, I'm making sure the selling will happen and the money which I'm putting in is also going to come back to me. Of course, your investors' money and all of that interest is provided back. But how do you make sure of that?
So we again, as I said, in terms of security, we'll be having the mortgage of the entire project and all the units. We'll be all having all the hypothecation, escrow, personal guarantees, all PDCs, DPN, all those, whatever best possible security a typical bank, NBFC, or a fund will take, will be definitely be taking all those securities. That's given, if I say. But what we take more is the control on the project, because those securities are there for the worst time. The difference, you gave a good example of L&T, that we do that. We get even contractors on barter, because everything we cannot raise enough money. So we even get contractors who will probably take some stock and start doing the construction. So that is another way of providing money, right? It just may not be money in itself.
Yeah.
It may be getting those contractors who will do a barter with them.
Sure.
But the problem, you gave a good example of L&T. The problem is L&T probably will be waiting till that last day to understand whether the money will come or not.
Yeah.
Then the question will come that, okay, since you are not able to pay me, I'm taking over the stock. Then may come a litigation, then there may become, all the problems may arise at that point of time. That at what value this will come, why should I be give me more time? The whole idea is not to reach that last day. So that is where the entire control mechanisms and strategy and the development management and the sales come to place, that we need to ensure that we are not reaching the last day. The construction is happening. Whatever else need to be done, let's ensure, because where is the developer going to bring the money last day? We need to start ensuring the sales.
Yeah.
Once the development process is solved, you need to start solve the sales problem. We need to ensure any of the sales collections which have come have not gone out. It has gone to pay every stakeholder, including the contractor who is taking that risk. Once you have done that, much before the last day, the L&T will anyway be paid, right?
Yeah.
So if the same thing is done, where over L&T, you bring a development management or a professional management team to take care of entire cash flow management and the sales management, then the entire problem of L&T is automatically solved. He doesn't have to wait till the last day.
True.
That is the role what we play.
So you are taking care of all these verticals, but what is the major challenge are you facing when it comes to taking these stalled projects? What is the one major challenge?
So there are two major challenges I would say. One is on the structuring part, because wherever you have an existing lender, a lot of times you do not have ample cover, and a lot of these lenders are not, because of provisional, provision cost and other things, they are not able to take a backseat even if they know that is the right step for the project to get solved. They are able to sell it to some ARC or those, but not take those provisions, restructure it, because then a lot of the provision norms of RBI hit them. That does not allow a good optimum solution to some of these projects. Two is obviously the money. So because it is stress assets, raising money is always a difficult task towards it. We have got supporters, we have some family offices and else who are helping us out. Government through Swami Fund have definitely taken a forward step towards solving these problems. But I think a lot more need to be done around it. We need to create some kind of a structured stress fund, probably, or any support from the government other than Swami also, which can help us raise some monies to solve these projects. Because again, the Swami is doing whatever it can, but a lot of time they're looking at larger projects, and then there are smaller projects which also need to be solved, because that is where the real customers are. So we need to do a little more on how to get more monies to solve the stress assets, because that is the real solution, other than a lot of other things what we do.
So I want to know, Swami Fund is a SEBI registered fund, of course, the company being involved. I want to understand when it comes to companies like ArisUnitern, is there any entry barrier when you are entering this industry? Are there any kind of policies where companies like yours can be regulated?
It has to be, and it is completely regulated, because when we are raising funds to invest into such assets to solve weather, then this money needs to be raised from the public or
Hmm.
institutions, multifamily offices, HNIs, etc. So, as part of the entire pooling process, it need to be regulated by the government. We are looking to raise an AIF to get this monies and do more towards solving these problems. But it is regulated
Okay.
because you're dealing with pooling of funds.
Yeah. So there is a interesting offering that you have provided, that is access to construction material in one click. Could you tell us more about this service? What exactly it does and how are you providing this service?
So Eris Infra is a tech-based material supply company
Hmm.
which did a turnover of close to 1,000 crores last year. The whole idea of Eris Infra is that it provides material on a click of button using technology to all the construction companies, infrastructure companies, developers at a best possible rate and in best possible time frame to enable efficiency in the entire construction process.
So there are a lot of prop tech companies which are into procurement, even in the construction
Yes.
material. Do you collaborate with such companies, or you feel that in Aris Infra, the complete vertical of the procurement, the materials, everything is covered? So collaboration right now is not
We
required.
are collaborating at all points of time because the whole idea is to bring more and more efficiency.
Yeah.
If any of those property companies provide any kind of more knowledge efficiency, we are more than happy to collaborate because the idea is to provide service to the construction companies and the infrastructure companies. So we are more than happy. We are collaborating with material companies, RMC plants, and also PropTech companies as such to
Mm.
bring more and more efficiency into the infrastructure and the development process.
So as the CEO of ArisUnitern, what is the long-term vision for the company? What milestones have you set that you're planning to achieve?
So, as CEO of ArisUnitern, we have set ourselves a 5-year target wherein we want to, reach close to 1,000 crores in development management in terms of top line.
Mm.
We want to list out our sales division, which is comparable to a Xanadu or Anarok, but it's very, very in early stage right now.
Mm.
Uh, we want to set up close to 2,000 crore of funds in an asset management, which will be towards growth capital of developers and also into resolving any of the stuck and stressed projects to ensure it reaches a reasonable conclusion.
And in coming years, will you also be looking at the fractional real estate investment also?
In short to midterm, we are not looking at fractional ownership.
Okay.
There's a lot of good work being done by companies like PropShare, Strata in that field.
Hmm.
I think there are a lot of other startups which are entering into that field and it's slowly getting crowded. But as part of our strategic decisions in Giraffe, in
Hmm.
future we may be looking to add that as a product into the entire product offering.
So, Naveen, I want to know the alliance with Giraffe that you guys have had, where the line of credit is 250 crore. How this funds will be utilized, in what manner? Also, how much it brings skin to the game for you guys after this alliance?
So Giraffe is a strategic partner of ArisUnitern. The idea of this 250 crores is to go towards development management projects.
Hmm.
Uh, what we perceive is because we are not so-called branded developers with not so much proven track record as ArisUnitern in development.
Hmm.
It may have challenges for other financial institution, investors, etc., to provide money
Hmm.
for projects where ArisUnitern is managing the project along with the landowners slash stuck projects, etc.
Yeah.
So in those projects, Based on the credibility of ArisUnitern, Giraffe will be providing the
Hmm.
line of funds towards execution, acquisition, and sales and marketing so that the project can be completed and sold. We have already done one project called as Ananya 95 in Chennai, where Giraffe has funded for working capital.
Hmm.
Project has got all approvals and launched.
Hmm.
We got the Analog as our sales agency, and we were able to clock close to 40 sales out of 185 units at the launch stage itself,
Nice.
proving that we have the capability
Hmm.
to get approvals, get the sales done
Hmm.
at the beginning itself. And this we are doing for Invest Corp, a Bahrainian fund,
Hmm.
to get them out of the stress in that project.
So, can you give us an overview of the ongoing projects right now, which is currently going under ArisUnitern?
So right now, most of the projects what we are doing under RealtyNXT are more investment projects.
Hmm.
The development management projects are more in pipeline, which all of them cannot be named right now.
Okay.
I gave an example of Ananya 95,
Hmm.
where we are doing development management, where that is, as I explained earlier, the entire execution management, cash flow management, lender management, as well as sales management is completely being done by us. We
Hmm.
have launched the project with good sales clocked already, and there would be about six more projects which is under pipeline, which should be there in next 12 to 15 months, which will be launching.
So, in the existing current market, whom do you feel is a direct competitor to ArisUnitern?
It is the developers which are direct competitors to us, which is very healthy.
Hmm.
The whole idea is this whole business has to grow and the marketplace has to grow. We do not have a professional setup like that who are directly competing with us.
Hmm.
And that is where the unique combination of my and Shrini, his development background, my investment background comes into good use. The developers will always be competition to us because they have been doing it for the longest time.
Hmm.
But from professional setup point of view, we don't see any other competitor who is there in the market doing the same.